Donald Trump delivers his first reaction after the deadly shooting near the White House complex. The US president stresses the need for stronger security measures amid renewed scrutiny over White House protection. Although the shooting ends quickly, speculation rapidly spreads online over the authenticity of the incident. Questions emerge online over whether the suspect was a genuine attacker or part of a wider staged narrative. Internet users scrutinize the timing of the shooting alongside Trump's Iran deal push and $400 million ballroom tour. Conspiracy theories intensify online, with some users alleging the incident was staged to divert attention from Iran-related setbacks. Donald Trump issued his first reaction after authorities identified the deceased suspect involved in the shooting near the White House complex. Trump praised the United States Secret Service and other law enforcement agencies for what he described as their swift and professional action during the incident. The US president also said the shooting highlighted the need for stronger security measures around the White House complex in Washington. Donald Trump said, and I quote, "This event is 1 month removed from the White House Correspondents' Dinner shooting, and goes to show how important it is, for all future presidents, to get what will be the most safe and secure space of its kind ever built in Washington, D.C. The national security of our country demands it." Unquote. Authorities identified the suspect as 21-year-old Nasire Best, who died after being shot during the exchange with security personnel. Court records reportedly stated that Best had previously claimed he was Jesus Christ and had expressed a desire to be arrested. Reports also said he had earlier been detained on allegations including obstructing traffic and entering a restricted area. According to reports, Best was known to security officials for repeatedly loitering around White House access points and checkpoints. New York Post reported that Best had also violated a previous court order barring him from the area surrounding the White House. The Secret Service said it has opened an investigation into the shooting, with assistance from the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Meanwhile, users on X circulated claims suggesting the White House shooting may have been staged, though no evidence has emerged to support those allegations. Some online posts linked the incident to Trump's recent proposal for large new White House ballroom and expanded security infrastructure. Other users questioned the timing of the shooting, noting that Trump had recently revived discussions surrounding the ballroom project. However, no official findings or verified evidence have supported claims that the shooting was orchestrated or staged. Earlier, Trump had defended the proposed $400 million ballroom project following the White House Correspondents' Association dinner held on April 24th.
I didn't want to say this, but this is why we have to have all of the attributes of what we're planning at the White House. It's actually a larger room, and it's much more secure. It's drone-proof, it's bulletproof glass. We need the ballroom. That's why Secret Service, that's why the military are demanding it. They've wanted the ballroom for 150 years for lots of different reasons, but today's a little bit different because today we need levels of security that probably nobody's ever seen before.
Additional online commentary also attempted to connect the incident to Trump's ongoing negotiations involving Iran, though officials have not indicated any such link. A shooting near the White House triggered a temporary lockdown after the United States Secret Service returned fire during the incident. U.S. Secret Service officers responded to reports of gunfire near a White House security checkpoint on May 23rd. According to Reuters, a suspect approached the checkpoint at 17th Street and Pennsylvania Avenue and opened fire on officers. Officials said the response left the suspect down, after which the individual was transported to George Washington University Hospital for treatment. The Secret Service later confirmed that the suspect died at the hospital after being shot during the exchange of gunfire. Reuters reported that the suspect had previously been placed under stay-away order and was described by officials as emotionally disturbed. Reporters from NBC News at the White House said they heard between 20 and 30 gunshots around 6:04 p.m. local time. Secret Service personnel quickly escorted journalists into the White House briefing room as security protocols and lockdown measures were activated. CBS News reported that the incident involved a single gunman who fired directly at Secret Service agents. A bystander was also struck by gunfire during the incident, although authorities did not immediately clarify the severity of the injuries. The lockdown around the White House complex was lifted around 7 p.m. after security operations were completed and the area was secured. President Donald Trump was reportedly inside the White House at the time of the incident. The shooting came roughly 1 month after another gunfire incident near the White House Correspondents' Dinner raised additional security concerns. The incident unfolded as Trump was publicly discussing efforts linked to negotiations involving Iran amid renewed concerns over regional escalation. Iran has warned Donald Trump to accept Tehran's conditions or risk further setbacks amid continuing tensions between the two sides. An Iranian Defense Ministry spokesperson stated that the United States has no choice but to recognize Iran's demands if it hopes to avoid further escalation. According to Tasnim news agency, spokesperson Reza Tlaib said accepting Iran's conditions was the only path to preventing a wider conflict. Reza Tlaib said, and I quote, "The only way out of the third imposed war for the American Zionist enemy, on both the battlefield and in diplomacy, is to secure the demands of the Iranian people. While accepting Iran's proposal, Trump should also be mindful of preventing further losses and costs in the continuation of the war for the American people and the international community." The remarks came as Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al Thani held phone discussions with Iran's foreign minister amid tensions surrounding the Strait of Hormuz. Qatar reiterated its support for mediation efforts aimed at reducing tensions and ending the crisis between Washington and Tehran. Doha also warned that any closure of the Strait of Hormuz would significantly increase instability across the wider Gulf region. Sheikh Mohammed stated that freedom of navigation remains fundamental and non-negotiable for regional and global stability. Qatar urged all parties involved to respond positively to ongoing diplomatic efforts and avoid actions that could further escalate tensions. The developments come as the United States signals the possibility of renewed military action, while reports continue to highlight strain on parts of its military arsenal and resources. Donald Trump made a major claim about ongoing Iran negotiations while gunfire erupted outside the White House on May 23, according to official statements and social media posts. The U.S. president announced on Truth Social that a U.S.-Iran agreement had been largely negotiated, pending final details and formalization. He also stated that he held a very good call with regional leaders and a separate discussion with the Israeli Prime Minister during the same period. Donald Trump said, and I quote, "I am in the Oval Office at the White House where we just had a very good call with the leaders of countries across the region, and all things related to a memorandum of understanding pertaining to peace. An agreement has been largely negotiated, subject to finalization between the U.S., Islamic Republic of Iran, and the various other countries, as listed. Final aspects and details of the deal are currently being discussed, and will be announced shortly. In addition to many other elements of the agreement, the Strait of Hormuz will be opened." Unquote. Trump's statement did not include any direct reference to Iran's nuclear program or its uranium stockpile.